Take a piece of tape 2 inches long, 50mm, and lay over the rope 4 inches from the end. Wrap around tightly. Before you fold it down, put a little flap at the end and roll down. Now unstrain the 3 strands. Take another piece of tape 50mm long, wrap it around the end, overlapping about halfway, so half the tape on the rope, the other half overlapping. Wrap it round tight just before you flap down. Fold at an angle like so, fold down and twist the ends to make a slight point. We now have 3 strands taped and tapered by twisting the ends together. I'm now going to demonstrate the short splice. Take your 2 pieces of rope with the taped ends, push them together so that the 3 strands interlock, so one is out, out, in, out, in, out. Don't shake it all about, but push together as tight as possible. Take the left hand end, pull old ropes tightly together. Take your 3-inch length of tape, wrap it round the 3 strands and the main rope and lay down. We're now going to use the constrictor knot. So take your length of twine in the middle, wrap it over, tuck it under, come back over, tuck it under the first strand, pull the 2 ends together and pull it as tight as you can. Now, to proceed, we need to unwrap the right hand length of tape. Undo carefully and place to the side. Now, looking at the knot or the splice, we can see that we've got a rope coming out, overlap that one, overlap that one, overlap that one. Pick any strand, open up the lay of the rope and go over the first one, under the second. Give the rope a twist to redo the lay, and the next one we're going over that one and under that one. Open up the lay, tuck it in, twist again to reform the lay of the strand, and the third one goes over that one and under that one. Twist. Pull them all together. Me being left-handed, I want to go the other way around, so here we go. Now we'll take any one again, but we've done one complete round, so we go over that one and under that one. It's just like weaving. We haven't got a blue line here, but we have 3 strands, so we're going over that one, under that one. Then we're going to go over that one and under that one. Now we have 2 complete rounds. For a natural rope like flax or hemp, we need 3 tucks per side, so we've got 1 more to go. Go over that one, under that one. Over that one, under that one. And then over that one, under the next one. pull them through. Pull it tight, rub between the hands. You can do this with your feet on a carpet, but just for demonstration we'll use our hands. So that's one side done. We now can remove the constrictor knot either with tweezers, or if you don't want, you can just cut it and remove it. We've now got to remove the other piece of tape, which I didn't put a tuck in, so I'm just going to cut it carefully. Remove that length of tape, placed away, and then we can remove the other tape, which has got a flap. It makes it much easier to remove. Place to the side, and now we just go over that one, under that one, are you following? Give it a twist, go over that one, under that one, over that one, under that one, give them a twist to reform the lay, then over that one. It doesn't matter what order you do them in, as long as you do one complete round of 3. Then twist and pull, twist and pull, twist and pull, and for the last third and final time, over and under, over and under, and then lastly over and under. There we have your short splice. Rub it together between the hands. There is a short splice. We're now going to look at several ways of finishing off the splice. The first method is to remove our taped end, and here all we simply do is cut off the tail, either with a sharp knife or more preferably with a pair of scissors. I just cut off the end, removing the taily bits, and then we can just treat the cut end with some PVC glue, or our favourite, won't mention the name, and just dab the glue so it lays into the strands of the rope, give it a twist, and when it's dry we can further trim back the cut end. Okay, ideally we would leave that for much longer than in this demo. The next method is to remove your tape end, and now we're going to separate the strands, and there's normally 7 or 8, so we're going to get rid of the 4 inner strands and literally just cut them close back to the lay of the rope, and then the remaining 4 strands we're going to twist together and splice them as before by going over and under the strand, twisting to reform, twisting and then cut off the ends. I wonder I couldn't see, I've got my glasses on. Okay, so we do treat the cut end as before by putting some PVC glue. If you are allergic to the glue, then you'd need to put some latex gloves on. But again, so therefore we've just tapered the splice down. The last method, which doesn't involve the glue, we just remove the tape again and cut off the last strand. And now, without using glue, we'll take a needle and thread, number 4 twine, and we're going to pass the needle through the strands of the rope and literally going to sew that end splice using a pair of pliers if necessary, pulling that through and then pulling it all tight and literally just cutting off the ends of the twine, and there the last strand is sewed in to the splice so it won't fall out. Okay, those are the 3 methods of ending the splice. There is a 4th, which is whipping, which we'll show in the next video. Thank you. Right, by far the best way of finishing a splice is to whip or serve the ends. We take about 15 inches of rope or twine, lay it in half and lay it down the twine. So often it's a good idea just to put a piece of tape around that temporarily, just to keep the ends nice and neat. Right, now we take the main whipping twine, about 36 inches long, lay 4 inches down, and at the bottom of the splice start wrapping around the main strands, pulling tight, tucking under and over. It's a good idea to try and keep the pieces of rope tucked in the lay of the rope and make it easier to pull out when we get to the top. Talking of which, there's one I made earlier where we've got to the top, and all we'll have to do now is take our rope or twine, tuck it through the bite, okay, so it comes out the other side, then pull these small tail ends, and that will take hopefully the twine right the way through and out the bottom. We now can tug those 2 ends, and we can either take a needle and sew this tail end in, or just for this demonstration purposes I'm just going to cut it off. But it is advisable normally to get a large darning needle and sew those ends in. So there we have a nice neat tapered whipping to finish off the end.